Okay, I'm back with another trailer reaction. This one is called Tales of the Underworld, the continuation of the Tales of the Jedi stuff. Where we got, I think Tales of the Jedi is probably like the best one. Tales of the Empire was very lackluster. Here, I think it's more so about bounty hunters or something like that. Uh, so, um, it's not a bad idea, but my personal take is that they have to be mindful of who they want to highlight and what they should highlight to kind of fill in certain gaps, like they did with Dooku. I think Dooku was the best one, and Ahsoka is probably like the second best one, but only with like probably like the uh latter two of her episodes. No one gives a crap about her as like a baby. That didn't serve anything overall in terms of filling in certain gaps, other than she was sensitive to the Force, whatever. Um, but the fact that we see how Anakin trained Ahsoka in such a way he didn't train her to be like any other Jedi how they are typically trained. That's how they end up losing. So he trained her not to be a Jedi, but to be a survivor. And that ultimately helped her through Order 66. I thought that was very good. And with Dooku, we get to see his relationship dynamic between him and his Padawan Qui-Gon Jinn, and how much he admired and respected that man. And he's probably the only anchor that kept him just barely on the light side. I think that was perfectly well handled, and those kind of things that they need to kind of help this series be successful. Is just pick smartly of the two characters you want to highlight, and smartly pick what stories you want to tell that kind of fill in certain gaps that you couldn't do in them films, to help elevate them. But anyway, Tales of the Underworld. Let's check it out.
Just do as I say. Never can be too cautious with strangers out here. Then again, you're no stranger, Lady Ventress.
We got a problem here. Just saw him right in.
Cab not too bad.
What's the situation?
Okay. These choices, not too bad. We haven't really had any. I mean, other than maybe the Clone Wars, we haven't had like a Asajj Ventress centered story where she's like the main lead, and on top of that is not necessarily a good guy, but she's not evil. I think Asajj Ventress, you might argue, is more akin to like a gray Jedi, because that's one of the things. Like, I know Party Filoni doesn't even want to care about that at all, but we seriously need to start bringing in gray Jedi instead of just speculating on who's a gray Jedi. Gray Jedis are very interesting, and that needs to finally be addressed. I think Qui-Gon Jinn is probably the first one that a Jedi of note that you can argue should be considered a gray Jedi instead of fan speculation. Asajj Ventress at this point can be considered like a gray Jedi, along with Ahsoka, in terms of gray Jedi-ness. And maybe Luke Skywalker. Maybe. But Cad Bane, yeah, it's like, okay. Pretty much like he's a villain, but with scrupulous morals. But yeah, having him with like the center of focus, where he's not a protagonist, but he's like the character you're following, dealing with worse people. So that'll be very interesting to see. Coming on May 4th, obviously.
He was your best friend.
Things have changed.
You took everything from me.
Who are you?
I was Count Dooku's lead assassin. I don't want that life anymore.
Bane? No one needs to die.
Get them.
And I really like the look of the Asajj Ventress. This is like my favorite look of hers. I've never been like a fan of her ball.
This revenge, I hope it was worth it.
It will be.
Okay. So we get to see Asajj Ventress actually probably taking on like a Padawan. Let's see how she is as like a master, because we only probably got like a taste of that in Bad Batch, even though that last season was decent but not stellar. Second season was like, I don't know, feel like just similar to like Mandalorian, is just like, fetch quest stuff. It's kind of like a waste of time. I think we're going to get a little bit more background with Cad Bane's early years, or at least how he grew up and what led him to become the bounty hunter he is. That is very interesting. But yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this more so than Empire. Empire seems like, oh my god, wasted potential on characters that most people consider like so to whatever. Especially the lady that Ahsoka dealt with in the Mandalorian. Is like, why waste time on a character like that? It's like you treating her like she's as popular as like Cad Bane is. Could have done something, I don't know, with Palpatine, or heck, a myriad of Empire focused characters. Anyway, yeah, can't wait for this to come out. Specifically, I want to know more with Asajj Ventress. Not a character at first that I was all I didn't really care all that much. He was like a bad guy, but not like a super interesting bad guy. But I think by the final couple of seasons of Clone Wars series, it's like I really took a shine to her. But in her overall arc, becoming from Dooku's apprentice and to her own, is that in and of itself is very interesting, and I think is handled very neatly, cleanly. So yeah, overall, I'm pleased how this trailer's turned out, and I'm definitely excited to check it out. And once I do, I'm looking forward to actually reviewing. Just hopefully it don't turn out to be like a complete letdown like Tales of the Empire was. But anyway, let me know what you all think at the comments below, and I will see you all soon.